All right.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Dan, you know what they say, 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Ooh. I love this look. I love this look. You got the shades on, shades on, smoke wagon bourbon, dynamite hat.
I mean, it could be a thing, man. It could be. Whoever put the props up for the show this week, hats off to them. Pun intended. I'm mixing things up this week, Dan, because holy shit.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you, I had a horrible one and dones. I don't think either of you have gotten a player into the weekend as of yet. 2 weeks into the season. I think the good news was 3 of 6 of your players in one of your lineups actually made it to the weekend, and you still made money. So good news there. I made a little scratch myself. I did put a little money on Sungjae for the tournament, so I did win. Got a little scratch there, as Dynamite would say, collecting. And yeah, so hopefully let's just kind of take it at face value and say let's try and do better this week. The good news is all your players are going to make it to the weekend, so you're going to get 4 rounds short of a positive COVID test, maybe a little too late of a night on the strip. What could go wrong? They're in Vegas again. 2 weeks in a row, baby. 2 weeks in a row.
Nothing can go wrong. Nothing could go
wrong. Before we get into Sungjae, congratulations to Phil Mickelson. Is it too early? Is it too early to crown Phil Mickelson as the best Champions Tour player of all times?
First off, I'm glad you asked me that question. But in order to get the appropriate answer, I would say just ask him.
He's definitely going to tell you. I think he's already told a few people, by the way.
I'm sure he has too.
He's played in 4 Champions Tour events since turning 50, and he's came out as the winner in 3 of them. So I mean, now it's kind of, this is probably who or where Phil wanted to be back in his prime when he was, when Tiger showed up to the course, everybody was playing for second place. Well, now when Phil shows up at the Champions Tour, it's like, hey, put the Jello up, kids. We ain't going to be here that long.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, with Lefty, with Furyk and Friends holding up the trophy there. So, I think it's great, man. I think it's good to see somebody that's still playing on the PGA Tour. I would say pretty consistently. Most recent major PGA Championship winner. So I mean, at least they're not getting beat by any by a scrub. I mean, it's like, hey, that little something to be said there for Phil. So good showing by Phil. I didn't watch any of the tournament, saw some of the highlights, but yeah, looking forward to some more Phil action out there. And how long is he going to keep this up?
Well, Mr. 75%. That's a dang good record, man. So how do you think the Champions Tour's taking it?
So McCarron, Langer,
Miguel,
the most interesting man in golf, Ernie Els,
Furyk.
We can just go down the list, right? Well, I think that they should be taking it really well, because what that's going to get them is it's going to drive fanfare, and with clicks, views, and fans, all that's going to lead to is more money. So I think we could see Phil having the Phil effect on the Champions Tour that Tiger had on the PGA Tour. That's where I foresee this going. So I would expect that they are welcoming of it, because, well, how long is it going to be before there's a player incentive plan for the Champions Tour? Maybe they don't get 4 million. Maybe they get, or was it 10 million? No, 4 million, right? So maybe they don't get 4 million. Maybe they get 400,000. But shit, who wouldn't take 400,000 dynamite sticks just to start pushing some stuff out there? And that's probably what, if you want to think about it, right? There's a lot of competition. This weekend you had college football, you had NFL, you got the MLB playoffs, you've got LPGA, I mean, you got so many things going on right now. And as summer's starting to wind down, weather's kind of nice everywhere. I mean, there's a lot of jockeying for views on TV. And I think Phil actually gets from that, man. Start to build that narrative out that says, hey, come and watch Phil win another one. I mean, it's just going to be some kind of record that he breaks.
I can just see it now. You wait. And actually, give me the over and under. How many years? Coffee for Wellness, the official sponsor of the Phil and Friends tournament.
It's probably, I mean, I'm going to say it happens potentially next season, by next season. Yeah. I don't think it's going to take very long, man. I think they're going to just exploit the hell out of it. And what a better guy to do it with? Because you think he's going to say no? You think he's going to walk away from a paycheck? Absolutely not. That's your guy, man. That's your guy all the way around.
Has he responded to any of our emails? Because I know we've been emailing him about, getting one of those barrel-aged coffees going, a little bit of variety. He needs to do some of that barrel-aged coffee. That's what I think.
He asked that I not reveal whether he'd been messaging back or not, because could be something in the works. Allegedly, there could be something in the works. So I couldn't answer that in a more shady way. So congrats to Phil. Also, congrats now to two-time PGA Tour winner, Rookie of the Year 2 years ago, and Sungjae Im, man. That guy looked pretty good all throughout the tournament. Closes the Shriners with a 62. I was a little disappointed that he didn't take off the old cap and don the fez for the picture at the end holding the trophy. So I don't know, maybe you can't, maybe if you're not a Shriner, you can't actually put a fez on. I don't know. I thought it would have been a pretty good, I thought it'd been a good promotional kick for him.
I mean, I've been a little bit out of it recently. I've had a lot of stuff going on, but I can't believe that Sungjae won the Sanderson Farms. Dan's one and done. Off to a great start.
Let's just say you're a little too late, Dan.
Show it to me in writing. Yeah, we'll disagree. I was 1 week off. He still did well at Sanderson, so I get it.
Yeah, he did fine at Sanderson, but man, did he turn it on this week? Again,
ran away with it.
Bookends here, 63-62, and absolutely just runs away with it, which I'm kind of scratching my head going like, well, shit, what do you do? What do you do with, we'll get into it when we get into the DraftKings show, but I mean, what do you do with Sungjae and Sam Burns this week? I mean, because I was looking at I was watching Sam Burns when, kind of intermittently, but when I was watching him, I'm like 66, 63, 68. And then he comes in and closes with a 72. So I mean, the form looked like it was really good. It looked like he was kind of sticking it back to, hey, you didn't want to pick me for the Ryder Cup. You you fueled my tank, man, and I'm going to show you what Sam Burns is all about. Not that they needed him, but I mean, at that point, just if you're going to hit the throttle, man, hit it all the way. So I'm not necessarily concerned about what we saw from Sam on Sunday, but yeah, I'm more inclined to look at what we saw at a Sungjae on Sunday and the remainder of the week to say that guy may have a major championship coming up this year. We all know how well he likes to play Eastlake. I think he was T2, maybe solo 2 at the Masters this year. So wouldn't surprise me, man, to see Sungjae come into form and start to pop at the Masters golf tournament in 2022. So I don't know, maybe that's an early lean for me. I may have gone ahead and put some money down on that one, but maybe I didn't. I don't want to say one way or the other until we get a little closer, Dan. I don't want the needle moving too much on him for the Masters.
In Tombstone where he goes, it's getting warmer or something like that, right? It's starting to warm up or whatever. It reminds me that, there was it was one other guy that going into COVID was more effective than Sungjae, right? Because Sungjae was like the hottest guy on the planet going into the COVID stuff, right? Yeah. It was the Honda and API and all that stuff. He was playing every week and he was crushing it and this and that. And I said the one guy that was probably a little bit more effective than him was probably Rory. Like Rory went skids too because he was Mr. T5, T2, everything else.
Yep.
But so let me ask you, Cal, does this mean that we're back on track and that COVID's going to end soon because Sungjae is back in the leaderboard.
Ooh, boy, I hope so.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to act like it's ended one way, regardless. So I'm just going to go. I'm going to take a mulligan here and say yes.
Yes.
It is done. Fans are out everywhere. Went to hit up a couple festivals here in Atlanta this weekend. Plenty of people out. Lots of activity. Let's call it over. And Sungjae is back in form. Now, what will be interesting is to see what Sungjae's schedule look like, because I'm thinking if he got together with Ricky Fowler and let old Bucky rub off on him a little bit, let him take a little break, man. I think you can't play too much golf. I think we've all probably experienced you haven't played golf in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. You come back out and you hit the ball and it's like, holy shit, where'd that come from? Because I think you can kind of, not to say that these guys are picking up bad habits, but you get to tinkering with things. And I think you can tinker a little too much. And I think that might, taking some time off now that he's not stuck in the hotel with mom and dad every weekend. Cause it's like, oh, we're here, we're at the hotel. What are we going to do? Just sit around and stare at each other? And no, he's got a place in Atlanta now. He can come in, he can, a little R&R, take some time off.
Oh, well, maybe he'll talk to Stewart about it. They're both over there at Sugarloaf. Maybe tell Monty, say, hey, Sungjae, take a couple of days off, man. Take a couple of days off. Give him some like food tickets to like, I don't know, one of those restaurants over there or something.
I think the Taste of Atlanta is going on for the rest of the month. So, I mean, maybe it's a good way to, there's a great Korean barbecue spot up on Buford High. Well, there's many, but there's one in particular that's near and dear to me that we hit up often. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll if I bump into him there, I'm going to bring it up.
You should bring it up.
Definitely.
What he could use is more of a Stuart St. Calendar.
Exactly. Let's see who didn't make it to. Well, okay,
hold on. There's one other notable there, man. Like that T2. He's back too. No.
That's a solo second. That's a solo second for the Wolfman. Okay. Solo second for the Wolfman. He fires a 64, 67, 65.
Your stock is rising, number 2.
60, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't, it's no secret. I mean, Matt kind of came out and said he was having some mental health issues there, towards the middle of last season, and took quite a bit of time off from the game. And, all in all, man, looks to be, I don't know. I don't want to give it away too soon, but I may be leaning towards the Wolfman, for a little action this week. I think there's something there. I think he's looks like he's in a good spot, hitting the ball well. So
maybe he got an advanced screening of Ted Lasso season 2 for that amount of,
Oh shit! I can't believe. So I finally wrapped up Ted Lasso. You've wrapped it up. You made it to the season ender. And what were they calling the Magic Kid? Is that what they call Magic Kid? So I think that's the
Clooney-esque kid.
Yeah. No, but I think
little salt and pepper.
I think they gave him the nickname after, so Ted kind of runs off, whatever, don't know what's happening. He takes over, they win the game. I think they were calling him Magic Kid. I could be totally wrong on that. At least that's what it sounded like. I watched it late at night, and I definitely was listening through bourbon, so could have been wrong. But it's going to be next season. I can't wait. It went a different direction than I thought they were going to. Things are going to go back and forth. They saw a little more of the kid on FaceTime or video, Zooming, talking with them, and I thought they were going to go a really different direction. But yeah, man, they have done such a good job with that show. I really, really like what they're doing with Ted Lasso.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's a phenomenal show. And I think it's a great direction they went into. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I thought it was going to go a different way, but I do like the way they went there. So who else? The one time
my Scottie Scheffler.
Oh yeah.
Do you think John Rahm's got a little voodoo doll?
I don't know. Maybe Scheffler was tired. What happened to Abe Ancer this week? I mean, Jesus, man. I'm like going, he should have just been just hammering down on that place, man. And yeah, not even a whiff or one and dones in the Tequila Man and Scotty. They did not get a chance to see the course.
And it didn't stop there. It was nasty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So here's your, let's see, missed cuts. There's some notables in here. Let's look through them. Is that, my gosh.
Stuart Sink, Sebastian Munoz,
Kokrak, Snedeker, Higo,
Siwoo Kim.
Webb, Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, no surprise. Ooh, Doc Redman missed another cut too.
Sahith.
Not looking good for him.
Will Zalatoris, Schwartzel,
yeah.
English, Kisner. My good, Libiota.
Pat Perez withdrew. I wonder what Pat Perez shoots 67, 68 in withdrawals. What do you think that means? We know what that means.
He was too high. Couldn't get back up from that table.
hot, baby, hot. WD, baby, WD. I was surprised in what we saw with Patrick Reed, 71, 75. I thought this would have been a place that he would have popped. But we'll see. They're teeing it back up again this weekend at the CJ.
Yep.
I don't know.
There's a lot of people, man. A lot of people missed the cut. Gosh.
A lot. Yeah. I mean, to that point, right? A lot of names at the top of the leaderboard that I didn't really expect to see there. You think, I mean, Koepka, he's playing for the weekend, didn't really care.
Do you think he and Bryson got together at one of those hotels to finalize that deal? Because it happened that same week, right? It was the beginning of last week.
I think so.
Because Bryson was doing the long drive. Koepka was in town.
It's possible. I haven't seen any video of it yet, but maybe. I don't know. Who you we'll talk about it more, but since you brought it up, what do you think? So a little gimmicky, right? I mean, it's only 12 holes. I have no idea why only 12 holes.
There was a great tweet about this. They said, you know what the reason why they're playing 12 holes, right? Because Bryson wanted to play 24 and Brooks wanted to play 0. I forgot who said it. Somebody said it on Twitter.
Let's meet in the middle. Very well, maybe. I don't know why. I mean, it's almost kind of, I don't know, lack of effort. I mean, I get it, right? It's going to be on Friday after Thanksgiving. Probably going to be some football on, but still, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe they had to do that to fit it in whatever time window was available, but if they really want to make something of it, and I'll probably watch it. I don't know if I'll watch all of it, but because we'll be doing the family thing and hanging out, visiting with people we haven't seen in a while. But
it'll be late that night though, because it's going to be in Vegas. So it'll probably come on 3, 4 o'clock our time on the East Coast, at least, maybe 5.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably. Yeah, I mean, again, I think they did it. I think the 12-hole setup. I would imagine or expect that is due to some television conflicts, from the sense of, hey, here's the gap we got open, and if you guys want to do it. I mean, clearly, I don't think this will be the last time. I think this is the teaser, right? This is the, hey, let's throw something out there. I don't think it means anything. I don't think it matters.
All right.
Maybe people have even lost interest in the little locker room squabble that's happening.
Hopefully they have some little hold a hole kind of bets going on, like Brooks is like, hey, if I win this hole, it's Kodiak for you next hole, Bryson.
Ooh. Load it up.
Here's the 10.
Load it up.
And then Bryson wins. Oh, here's a milkshake for you, Brooksy.
Here's your protein. No, you got to down 3 of them. 3 of them back to back. See if you can hold it down.
That's a good one. Spiked protein shakes or Michelob Ultras.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they'll pull it off, but
I hope Bryson has a Bentley golf cart.
Ooh, that'd be nice. It could. I could see it. I could totally see it happening. I mean, I've seen pictures. It's that with the grill and the hood ornament out there. So that could definitely happen. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see where that gets to. I don't really find Brooks that entertaining. So now Bryson, but Bryson's kind of over the top entertaining. Bryson, I think I find him informative. Sometimes he's annoying, but I don't find Brooks really that entertaining. So I don't know how well this is going to jive out, because I mean, what was so fascinating about these guys was it was the ribbon or the needling that they were kind of, giving to each other. So, I mean, unless they're like talking or yelling in each other's backswing or or grabbing the club or unhooking somebody's bag from the cart, and they, so it falls off when they drive away. I mean, I think they're going to have to get pretty petty in what, in what the expectations are going to be for those guys to be able to pull something off that lives up to the expectations of people that are going to want to watch it in order for it to be entertaining. I don't know. We'll see. Probably giving it way more time than I will when it comes on. So, who am I kidding? Give me a bottle and turn the volume up.
Exactly. I know you're going to be right there into it. Yeah.
What else? What else happened in the sports in the golf world? LPGA, man. We had a pretty big. We got a hot streak going, right?
Oh yeah. It sure do. So Jin Young Ko plays 14 straight rounds in the 60s, which is tying the LPGA Tour current record. Imagine that. Can you imagine that?
No, I couldn't imagine shooting one round in the 60s. What are you talking about? No. Yeah, the only sixes come after like the eights on my scorecard. So, or the triples on the par threes, and I don't see any sixes at the end of the scorecard when I've tallied things up. What? Yeah, well, good for her, man. I hope she pulls that off. I don't. Do you know? Does it say who? I'm sure it says somewhere, but whose record is she breaking? Do you know?
I don't have it in front of me. No.
Yeah. Well, good for her, man. I hope she pulls that one off. What else is? So we saw Tiger Woods. Looked like he was up and mobile.
Oh yeah.
By the way, did you order your leg sleeves yet?
Oh yeah. Stockings. Yeah.
Those will keep you warm at Pinehurst in November, I hear. So we'll find out if that's true or not.
Like a month away, isn't it?
Yeah, we're coming up on it, man. So it should be a good time. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. I'm hoping for good weather. I just don't want it to. I don't want it to be shit weather. That's all I'm asking for. So.
Yeah. So I saw a video on Twitter over the weekend. I guess there was some kind of engineer or whatnot was working with Louis O's clubs, right? And he's touching the tournament club, like the driver. He's like, and Louis keeps pulling it back. Don't touch the gamer. Keep your hands off the gamer. He said, do not touch my gamer. Do you get that sensitive with your clubs, with your gamer?
I do.
No, yeah.
You know I do. Especially after I've had a few.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much tee box number one. So hell yeah. Don't be touching my shit. If I want you to touch something, I'll hand it to you.
And that was funny. He bounced back, man. Like, Louis, we haven't seen Louis since, I guess it was the Tour Championship, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, and he came back. He played strong last week, right out of the gate, man.
Where did Louis? Yeah, we'll get into him a little more.
I think he was T4.
Get to the DraftKings show. He was 14th.
No, 14th. That's sorry, 14th. Yeah, that's pretty strong though.
It's finished 14th at the Tour Championship too. So maybe there's something with that 14 coming on with Louis O. So
Leishman, I thought Leishman. We talked about him last week. Leishman had a great tournament.
Yeah, he had he's found something for sure. That guy's somebody that's probably a bit of a sleeper, but he's gaining strokes, putting on his last two starts, and I think he's gaining like throughout the bag. So yeah, good. Whatever. Maybe it's that Leishman lager kicking in.
Maybe it's that Leishman lager. Are they coming on?
We're in communication. We're in communication with those guys, so we'll see where we wind up. I think I got a soft maybe. So here's the question that they posed. They said, so hey, we were checking out a few of your shows, watching some clips, and we noticed you got a co-host on there. I said, I'm like, oh yeah, Dan. They're like, yeah, does he have to come on too? I'm like, not necessarily. If you got a suitcase of Leishmans coming my way, we can probably work around that. We can probably work around that. No, so yeah, I think we're just trying to get a date ironed out for those guys. So yeah, should be coming up.
No, good fun show last week with Virginia Distilling come out. That was a fun. They made some good juice, huh?
They absolutely did. Yeah, some great whiskey that's going on there. I actually had a little of that over the weekend. So
did you? Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Oh, I picked up. We're in Vegas, man. How could I not just whip up the smoke wagon? That's and it's a gimme on what you're drinking with smoke wagon. But I did find the benchmark vertical release.
Mm.
So I've been seeing some posts of it. It's just starting to hit the shelves in Georgia. And, benchmark, for those of you that don't know, benchmark is one of those, it is a Buffalo Trace product. It's mash bill number 1. So it's E.H. Taylor, it's Eagle Rare, it's just the standard Buffalo Trace. So, the mash bill's fine. There's some aging that's not there probably. And let's call it, generally speaking, kind of subpar bourbon for what it is. But this new vertical, by the way, I did put some samples in the mail for you today. So I did a little write up about it, but we need to do a blind on it and go through the vertical and see what we like. I did taste through everything. As I mentioned in the release, the single barrel and the bonded were probably 2 of my favorites. The small batch and the top floor kind of lacking. And I mean, they weren't bad. Both were better than just the bottom shelf benchmark label. But just nothing really super about them. I mean, again, I think they were both like around 15 or 16 bucks. So you're not hurting anything there. And then the full proof coming in at 125 proof, it was pretty hot. And, I don't know what the small batch is. It's 100 proof, but some of the uncut, unfiltered stuff kind of gets up there in the high teens. But yeah, that full proof just didn't do it for me. Again, it kind of got overpowered by the proof and didn't really deliver anything as far as the complexities that was there. But looking forward to doing a blind with you on that one, so that it'll be fun to go through the vertical, right, and go through the different proofs and kind of the single barrels and the bondeds and different age statements, et cetera. So. But yeah, all in all, man, it was a fun find. I think it was $130, and that's a great one if you're having a party or trying to do something and you don't know really what to do, don't know how to put it together. Benchmark kind of did it for you, and what should be pretty readily available. It's starting to hit the shelves. One thing I do want to do is I want to go like 1792 with their vertical and put it up against the benchmark and kind of do, because they've got a similar series or collection that they do, in the naming conventions. So yeah, it should be fun.
All right.
Anyway.
Got some news here. Hot off the press. Off the press. Have you seen this?
Tour adds $50,000 play 15 bonus, increases players' purse to $20 million. Who's adding this to where? Where's this coming in at? What's going on here?
So if you play 15 events, you're going to get a $50,000 bonus as a player. And then they're increasing the tour championship purse to 20 million, I think.
Oh, wait a minute. Sungjae? Yep. What's that? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll ask him. Yeah. Thanks. All right. Bye. So Sungjae wants to know, what do you get if you play all events?
That's good.
Just saying. So hold on. So the tour says that if you play at least 15 events, a 15 event minimum, right? So what it says?
15. You have to play 15 total events.
Okay. Yeah. So if you play 15 events, you're going to get a $50,000 check.
Mm-hmm.
Although the memo said in the new program is subject to review, the plan is set to continue each season. Okay. So I don't understand what they're trying to do here, because tell me how many $50,000 Patrick Cantlay needs. How many does Tiger Woods need? How many does Bryson DeChambeau need? How many? You know where I'm going, right? So the people.
We should name them all.
Hold on. What's Koepka? But I mean, Jordan Smith. No, but how? I mean, again, $50,000.
Film it.
In my opinion, number one, I don't think 15 events is that many events. Is a lot of events. First off,
for the big guys, it is. But those are the ones you're like, they don't even care.
No,
really.
But I mean, again, $50,000 is a lot of money to anybody. I think it's nothing to sneeze at. Okay. But I guess maybe if you're a guy that plays 12, 13 events, nobody probably plays 13 events, right? I mean, who would play 13? It's like, I know I'm either going to play 12 or 14. 13's a bad number.
Right.
So if you're one of those guys, and let's say you play 11 or 12 events a year, and it's like, well, shit, all I got to do is play 4 or 5 more events, 3 or 4 more events. But then it's like, would I rather go play another event, or would I rather go on spring break with the boys to Baker's Bay? I mean, you already know what the answer is going to be. I mean, Bucky doesn't even want to show up as it is. I mean, I mean, the way he's going, I mean, he is, I'm not saying that he couldn't get things turned around, but I mean, his card's good through this season. And then it's like, what's up, man? Yeah. So I think that, I don't know. I mean, I understand why it can't be $500,000. I totally get that. But why did it like $500,000 and we're going to give it away to 5 people and we're going to draw a name out of a hat, or we're going to give it to the 5 people that shoot the lowest gross score out of the 15 that they play? Or, I mean, something. I don't know that does $15,000 really move the needle for the, I mean.
Well, okay. Let me just, okay. All right. I'll play devil's advocate for you. Okay. Do you know what $50,000 check year means to some of these people? I mean, it means a hell of a lot. Okay. Think about this last weekend. I'm not going to name the player. $50,000 check to so-and-so. Actually, I will name the player. Okay. Pat Perez just said, back in the black.
Okay.
I'm back in the black.
I get it. So I won without winning. Well, actually I lost, but now I'm winning.
Yeah, he might have lost at the tables, but he's back in the black now. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yep.
I don't know where that stat's at. It'd be interesting to see what's the average amount of tournaments for a PGA Tour player.
Yeah, I think for the guys that are the marquee, you're probably looking at like less than 15, probably like around 15 to 20, I would say. Like Tiger's probably going to play, if he was healthy, he'd play probably 8 to 12, and then, but some of those guys play a lot. I mean, here's another question for you. This is the serious question. Do you think Sungjae will break his own birdie record for the year?
Well, he's damn sure. He's getting after it. I mean, that's I think that, I think it's possible. I think it is. I think it's totally.
Well, he's getting off a better start than he did last year. So there you go. All right. And the other thing it says here is starting next year, the purse for the players will be $20 million, making it the largest purse on tour. And then the purse for the winners only tournament of champions will jump from $8 million to with 1.44 going to the winner. So, yeah. So there you go. Cool. Yeah. More money.
So it looks like Sungjae played, give or take, high teens.
No, he played more than that last year.
No, I'm counting them up here, man.
How many does he play on the Euro Tour too?
I haven't seen him over there much. Okay, now you're right. It's like in the mid-20s. It looks like mid-20s.
Yeah, I'd say he probably plays 24.
Yeah, probably mid-20s. So, and I don't know if anybody's playing more tournaments than he is, but
no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe it keeps some of the some of the guys that are trying. But again, you would think that folks, if they're maybe they're going through some swing changes or they're struggling a bit. I mean, you would think that they're playing as much as they can anyway. I mean, other than, injury ridden, I don't think it's going to drive behavior out of the top 25 in the world. I don't think it's driving any behavior there. I don't think they care.
Yeah, I don't even think so either. But hey, like I said, Pat Perez can get his Vegas losses paid for. So
yeah, exactly. It's like the one thing that sucks about missing the cut at a Vegas tournament, more time at the casino.
Hey, did you see this? I think I saw this on Twitter. You definitely got to do this for your Halloween costume this year. Let me see.
I did not see it. No.
Yep, it's coming at you. It's coming at you.
Didn't see it. Didn't see it.
Freddie Mercury, Freddie Krueger,
Freddie Krueger. Yeah. Well, okay. I'll get grandma to get to start sewing. I could rock that on the course, I guess. Speaking of Halloween, I'm heading out to see Trey Dog out in New Mexico for Halloween. So we're gonna do some cocktailing and some bourbon finding and some bourbon drinking. I don't think we're playing any golf though. I think it's all cocktail focused. So
cool. Cool. Well, congrats to Sungjae and Phil. Heck of a week. Yep.
Hey, congrats to me for finding another bottle of Smoke Wagon bourbon.
Oh, nice.
This is the small batch, and man, if you haven't tried it yet, you got to get your hands on there. It should get a lot of places online. I wouldn't pay secondary for it though. You can find it if you start looking around. So, what else, Dan? Are we heading to? You ready to head back to Vegas?
Yeah, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.